Today, we're going to discuss the number one thing you can do starting tomorrow to boost your income and be recognized as the best foreman in your company. Let's get started. Hey, it's Dennis. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Listen, I just want to say one quick thing before we get started here. I want to let everyone know, down in the description of this video, there's a link to my website where you can sign up for my free foreman training. That's going to teach you all the fundamentals you need to know in order to become the best foreman in your company. Once you complete that, you're going to be offered the opportunity to attend my advanced foreman training class, where we'll take all of those skills and we'll put them together in a real project with proprietary software that I'm going to give you access to so that you can manage your projects, and we'll build a project together, a mock-up project side by side. We'll go through all of the things that are involved in managing a project, from building a master schedule, writing 2-week rolling schedules, tracking our equipment, forecasting, manpower predictions, just everything you need to do to manage a project successfully. And I want you to know that my training is guaranteed to make you the best foreman in your company. So here's my guarantee. If after going through my training and implementing the things that I tell you to implement, if you're not recognized as the best foreman in your company, I will kiss your bare ass, record it on video, and post it right here to YouTube. That's my guarantee. Now let's get started with this lesson. Okay, if you want to excel in your company, be promoted, be recognized, be paid better, you need to be liked. You got to be liked. Now, it took me a long time to figure this out because I was a hard driver, and I thought, you know what? The people who make the company money, those are the people who are going to get promoted and get the rewards and the bonuses and the recognition. And I was wrong. Here's the honest truth about the construction industry. People promote who they like. That's it, right there. Simple. You don't know how many contractors I've worked for that have promoted so many people that they like that there was no work getting done. People who are liked don't necessarily get any work done, and these companies were okay with that, except that when it started hurting them on the bottom line. Once they weren't turning profits, boy, they had a problem, but they couldn't figure out what it was because they liked everybody. Okay? But here's the good news for you. Because you may be like I was. I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass to get ahead. I'm going to do my job and make this company money, and they'll recognize me. Nonsense. Okay, so here's the good news. There is a way to get things done and be profitable on top of having people like you. And when I say having people like you, I don't just mean the people above you. I mean your crew as well. Your crew has to like you. And that's the tough part right there. Because you get this responsibility dumped on your shoulders, right? It's your responsibility to get that project done and try to make money on it. No, it isn't. It's your responsibility to manage that project. It's your crew's responsibility to get that project done and to turn a profit. Okay? And once you shift this mentality in your head, okay, takes a lot of pressure off of you. But the only way you can do that is to create a task integrated estimate, so you have tasks broken down with estimate data with realistic time frames, so that you can schedule these out to your crews and teams of crews, okay? And then you just tell them, here's what I need you to do, here's your material, and here's how much time you have to make it happen. That takes all the pressure off of you. Once you start doing that, then you can be a nice guy or gal, and you can go around the project and you say, hey, how's it going? You know, is there anything that you need? Here, let me help you, teach you how to do this a little better, a little faster. Let me help you out right here. I'll show you a better way to do that. Encourage them. Be nice to them. And here's the thing. For those people out in the crew to like you, you don't have to kiss their ass. You have to be fair, okay? You be the same with everybody. You treat everybody well. And once you get that pressure off your shoulders, okay, because you realize that you're there to manage the project, not build the project, it's the crew's responsibility to get it done on time. You hand them their tasks and their material and their time frames, and then you make them record their time against it. Okay, you keep track of what happened so you know who's naughty and who's nice. And the ones that are naughty, you go out and you help them by either training them or encouraging them or whatever you got to do, okay, to boost their production. And another thing that you're going to learn is, there's just a sea of field managers out there who think, half the people on their crew just aren't worth a darn, okay? And that's nonsense too, kind of. Because if you track the production of the entire crew, you can have some people who aren't that great and still beat your estimate budgets, okay? Because you have a complement of high performers, medium performers, and low performers. And they should balance out to a profitable project. But you don't know, you're panicking about people who you think aren't being productive when overall everything's moving smooth, because you don't know how to track your data on your project to see every day, take a look in there and see, hey, we're actually doing pretty good. I don't know how many times I've surprised myself building projects with rental labor, okay, and thinking, whew, boy, I'm in trouble on this one. I look at the numbers and I'm like, I ain't smoking this project, but I'm turning a profit. I'm hitting the margins, okay? So, listen, the training's down there in the description of the video. Surf over to my website and sign up. I'll teach you how to do this stuff. I'll take all the pressure off of you. Okay? But change your mentality. It's not your responsibility to build that project profitably. It's your crew's responsibility to build that project profitably. Now, you have a role in that. You have to make sure the material's there on time, right? And the tools and the equipment. And you have to keep track of your numbers so that you know when you're sliding into the red so you can fix problems. Okay, but that's management. That's not turning screws. And that's what I'm going to teach you. Now let me close with a little story I've told before. about a young journeyman who worked for me in the 90s named Charlie Lucido. Charlie was a skinny, young journeyman who couldn't hold still. Couldn't stand still, that guy. He was wiry. And I would assign Charlie his 2 weeks worth of work, and by Friday of the first week, he'd already be working on Wednesday or Thursday of the second week. I mean, he is incredible. He's just installing a lot of material. Best guy on my team. I was building a church fellowship hall and a 3-story classroom. And it's the only project I ever built twice, because one morning when it was almost finished, my project manager called me about 5 o'clock in the morning and said, "Hey, you got to turn on the news. Your project's on fire." And sure enough, there it was, the Channel 3 news, burning down. And I thought, oh, wow, what'd I do wrong, right? As it turned out, a couple of young kids lit it on fire as a diversion so they could steal things from the Little League snack bar. But back to Charlie. One day I come walking around the corner, it wasn't break time, and Charlie was out smoking a cigarette. And I ran right into him. Charlie got all nervous, you know. Oh boy, he got caught smoking when he wasn't supposed to be smoking, right? And I told him, "Look, Charlie, relax. You know, you're the best guy I got on my crew. You're the most productive person I have on this crew, and I'm going to make a deal with you. As long as you keep turning in the same numbers you've been turning in, you can come out here and smoke anytime you want to. I don't care." Well, that was good news for Charlie. He was pretty excited about that, and he kept up his end of the bargain. He kept turning in good numbers. Helped me through that entire project. It's like the backbone of my crew. And so we finished that up, and Charlie went off to work on another project with a different foreman. One day that guy came walking around the corner, caught Charlie smoking, and fired him right on the spot. He fired, I'm confident, the most productive person on his crew. Okay, right on the spot, because Charlie was smoking when he wasn't supposed to be smoking, right? So Charlie called me up about that and said, "Hey, I got fired, man. I need some help. Can you help me out?" So I took all of Charlie's 2-week schedules, stack of them, took him into the office and dropped him on the project manager's desk. And I said, "Hey, you really want to get rid of this guy? It's the most profitable employee you got in your company right there." And I proved it with numbers. And Charlie was back to work that afternoon. So my point is this. Sometimes you think people are screwing off, but you know what? If they're really good, they got time to beat everybody else on production and still screw off. And that was Charlie. Okay? Listen, trying to help you here. I want to help. Go down the description, click on the link, sign up for the training. I'll make you the best foreman in your company, I promise you.